Hey, everybody, welcome to the Almost Daily Show with Chandler.
What's up, guys? Dave Picardi.
I think this is, what is this, episode 9?
I believe it is. Hold on.
Dang, we're
Bang.
9. El 90.
Oh, yeah, in Espanol. I like that. I like your
Yes,
style.
yeah, that's how I do it. I didn't say El Nino either.
Nice. We
Yeah,
want to avoid that.
yeah, because that's the wrong context for the situation.
That's right.
So today we wanted to talk about the fact that you actually have to put in the work to get the return on any of your marketing efforts and information.
Yeah, this is a trend we're kind of seeing here. We get to talk to lots of good people, and it really always comes back to, I want to just pay money and have people show up at the door, right, with money in hand, and I want to skip everything in between. And so
Yeah, exactly.
we figured we'd talk about how that doesn't work.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem. And I think it's a problem on both the side of a marketer and the side of the business. The business gets into this shotgun approach where it's turn off all marketing because we don't want to spend the money on it. And then we crash and burn. So we need to turn on back on all marketing so we don't continue to crash and burn. And then we're back up. So we stop. But then the marketers on the other side are saying, look, sign up with us and tomorrow we'll get you 175 different leads. What they neglect to say though is, probably one half of those leads, like a half, not actually half of the leads, actually half of a lead is going to be qualified and actually someone that's going to want to work with you. And so you're going to get flooded with a bunch of horrifyingly bad leads, but the marketer is going to
Exactly.
follow through, giving you what you supposedly wanted.
Well, so yeah, I mean that's I guess a good point. Lead gen, right? So say we look at from it could be from direct mail or Facebook or anything. Uh, for certain types of companies, I mean, if you were selling widgets and you can sell 1 million of them in a day, and you blanket marketing for leads, and you hire, like a company that I interviewed once as a $50,000 retainer, and they handled all your call center stuff, so that when you ran ads or you use them, they just sat there and hammered the phones. That's sales and marketing from a high level company standpoint, where you know you can sell multi-million dollars worth of business in a day. And we're in a relationship business. It's a whole different thing. If you're a small professional and you're in a relationship business, you can't take that type of an approach and have a successful business. It has
Yeah,
to be for the long term.
exactly. You have to set yourself up with a system that you're doing consistently over time and that you're going to have to put in the work for. There's too many people out there right now looking for the shortcut or the shotgun approach or the do it all for me. And I think the big problem with that is, yes, it can all be done for you, but you also have to pay for that. So we have to get out of this mentality that it needs to be all done for me with shortcuts, but I don't really want to pay more than $19 a month for it.
Right. And it's just, there's a lot to it. I mean, you need to have some sort of nurture system in place. You need to tie it to your overall business. And then you need to be out developing relationships and networking and pushing content and dropping down ads. There's just a lot to it. And, we know from the marketing world, it's very expensive to do that, right? So we're trying to figure out how to scale it down to small professionals that don't have the big budgets in place. It's to have something half decent. You're talking 5-10 grand a month, and if you're in a business where you're doing it for under 1,000, that means you have to pick up the slack and you have to do some of the work. And it's an interaction thing where you're trying to interact with whoever you're using for marketing to maximize, one, your dollars, right, and two, the actual effort that's going into marketing. Right? So someone's got to get in there and do a bunch of the work, getting their hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly. The way we scale to small businesses is to have the business take a little bit of the workload and the burden, so that way you don't have as much burden on the marketing company from having to hire employees and bringing on expensive software and having an account manager specifically for this account. It's more, we need to get in the boat, we need to work together, and we need to make sure we go back and forth and talk about how this is working each month, establish plans of action, and You have to actually get in there and do the work. There's no way around it. If you can't do the work, you probably shouldn't even be in business.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's unfortunate, but that's what we're finding. Right? It just needs to be like say lead nurture. Right? We didn't have it for years in our business, and it was I guess it was we had it, but it was bad. And now we're really tying everything together correctly in one of the businesses we have, and it's made all the difference in the world. Right? But I
Yeah,
couldn't have done that back in the day by myself, that was the ultimate problem was I didn't put value in hiring someone to work with. I tried to do it all myself internally. And what that meant was a really crappy implementation plan. And it just never really panned out the way that we wanted it to and needed it to in order to be successful.
yeah, and that's why like when we work with small businesses, we get in the boat with the whole team, and there's almost an interview process to get in and work with us now. So that way we know we're going to get in with the owner who wants to put in the work, the owner who knows how to lead their team, and then allows us to jump in the boat with the team as well and assign responsibilities and duties and tasks and all of these things that need to happen to make sure the workflow goes right and to make sure the system actually works. If you don't have your team on board and if you can't lead your team to do it, then we're not going to be successful in trying to do it either because you're in the middle of your business is probably in chaos.
Yeah, which is hard. Ultimately, it'd be nice just to be able to hire, right, some sort of a marketing manager, marketing/sales manager into your business, pay them, whatever it is, a base plus commission to bring leads, and let them just get after it. But that's just unrealistic for small professionals in the relationship game, right? So
Yeah, exactly. And especially in this, I almost call it the micro business world where we have these super small size businesses who generally struggle to survive every day, but they need to figure out how to take the next step. So there's no way they're going to be able to hire a marketing manager or anything like that. So we have to figure out how to maximize resources amongst the team they already have in order to maximize their return.
right, which is why I love what we do. We've got ourselves set up so that we just get added to the team, right? And we bring in a lot of the organization strategies, base software is needed to actually make the whole thing work, but with a team, right? It has to be done as a collaboration. And if it's not done as a collaboration, that's okay. You just have to be one of these, more of an investor relationship type business where you actually can pour some money at it for a couple of years to make it work.
Yeah, exactly. You're either in the boat or you're just putting money into it to make it flow. And you're right. It's cool the way we function because it's like, what do we need to do we're a team now. We're essentially branding ourselves into your business as your marketing department, creating what would essentially cost you $5,000 or $6,000 a month to hire someone to do. We get in the boat and do it, and we can do it a lot more efficiently as long as we have a good team that we can lead. We can set up good systems and processes. And I think the other big thing that we find that is a struggle for especially the micro businesses is understanding that the results in the end game are long term. We don't do we hesitate to even tell anybody we can get them a lead in a couple of weeks or a day or anything like that. We need them to understand that this is a 12-month process. Most of the businesses we work with have literally done zero their entire 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years they've been open. And if you've done zero or you've done very minimal or you don't know what you're doing, it's going to take us 12, 18 months to build your systems up, build your base up, and get you to a level where you're actually sustainable and people actually recognize your brand in your community.
Yeah, and a lot of it's habit changing stuff. So, if the owner and the employees aren't doing everything that's needed on a daily basis to have a profitable business and a business that grows, when we start implementing all these strategies, it usually takes months to have them ramp up. It's like, okay, so, for the next, 1, 2, 3 months, let's try to get these behaviors actually rolling. And we do that with our base content strategy. Once it's actually rolling and they're doing the work and we're able to stop pushing out, then we can start analyzing, right, and coming up with better strategies and getting after it. What we find is a lot of, especially in, a smaller markets, one of the, I guess, businesses we work with is gym businesses. a lot of the time they need results today because they haven't done anything for so long, and they don't like bite into this thing as a long-term approach to make their business really strong. They look at it in terms of, okay, we'll try it for 30 days, even though it's going to take them 6 months to even grasp, some of the new habits they need to be doing consistently to make marketing work for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's systems take time. Teaching your team how to use systems take time, and then systems that are foreign to you take a lot of time because you have no idea what's going on. And we essentially have to teach that to these businesses over a period of time, and that's why it takes a lot longer. We're not developing strategies to help you tomorrow, but then they're going to hurt you 6 months from now. We're developing strategies, systems, and processes to make sure that what you're doing is going to be functioning and working 24 months from now. We're not as worried about tomorrow for your business. We're worried about tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. We're worried about like 12, 24, 36 months from now. What is what we're doing now affect you at that point? How much stronger does it make your business and your brand?
Absolutely. Some of the other things, like we've come up with some pretty good strategies for working together as a team, and some of them are pretty important. Like, so we have a Facebook forum where all of our clients get to ask questions and talk to each other and share ideas and all that. This is great. Someone had to let the dog in. really, really sneaky.
That was super sneaky. That's why she's a Ninjalina.
She is a Ninjalina. I like how she stuck to the wall.
Yeah, that was like super ninja status.
I can't wait to watch that again. So so that, like, having that forum's been really key. And another one is we just do, Chan and I always do our weekly office hours where we do a Q&A in a webinar format. And it's interesting, some clients are really active, right? They're always asking questions. They're always on the calls. They're engaged in their business and in their marketing and improving it on a weekly basis. And then some people we don't hear from for quite a while, and they're not as engaged. But if you're in business, you have to be engaged every day, right? It can't be every once in a while, and you can't just be like, "Yep, it's working for me somewhere in the closet when no one's paying attention to it," right? You have to put the work in and engage and have questions and basically improve your entire the systems, how they attach to marketing, how your people apply them. It's just it's work. You got to put in the work.
Exactly. And I think like a lot of the time too, people talk about, they sell systems as like something that's going to be the end all be all. You buy this system and you're never going to have to work on your business again. You can go drink Mai Tais in Bora Bora and live the dream while drinking crystal clear beach water. Yeah, you want to do that? I'll sell you a system. $19,995 in 65 easy payments. You buy this, your life is set. You'll make $1 million in 30 days.
Nice. Can you just put that on the company credit card?
Yeah, sold.
Okay, sold. I'll be drinking Mai Tais in Bora Bora.
That's right. But I think what happens is and sadly, that's an actual program I think that's being sold. But what I think happens is you think the systems are going to fix everything and adjust everything. But what the systems do is they make you more efficient. So now you can maximize the use of your time in other areas, or maximize the use of your time in making your systems more efficient. I had this conversation with the hospital a while back. They had this process where they had each one of their lower level employees pick a process that they wanted to improve once a month, and they had to outline it, define it, and make it better. And it allowed this really cool top-down or bottom-up approach to improving systems. And so when you think about systems, it's not something that's going to let you just drink Mai Tais and Bora Bora. It's something that's going to make you efficient in managing your business. I just broke Dave's heart.
Come on, man! You just had me all pumped up.
Gosh.
And that's the thing. Like when we look at our client nurture system stuff, it's just something that takes it takes a few months to get off the ground, and another year or two to really hone in. Because once you create an actual system and put it in place, you then can review it, but you can move on and continue to clean up and improve on your overall operation. And as you do that, it should tie back into an overall nurture system that you have, something that ties it all together. And that's if you're doing it properly. We've already talked about how people, for some reason, consider lead nurture in a business lead generation. They think that if I put something like that in place, it should just drive leads, but that's not the game. The game is to nurture the leads that are coming in so that eventually they become paying clients, right?
Exactly.
Or your current clients, is to nurture them to stay longer and stick around longer and understand what you're doing for services and what else they can do and pay for in your business.
Yeah, maybe we should do another episode on what the actual marketing system should look like, and we'll share the graphic we just made for it.
Yeah, that'd
Because
be
then we
really
can
cool.
really define and outline it. Because when you think about it, your marketing system isn't just your email system. It's not just your social media strategy. It's your social media strategy plus your local business development plus your SEO in terms of like blogging and content distribution, plus your what you're doing in your workshops and what you're doing on your email list. And so all these things come together to produce this system that actually pushes people through the phases that we want to push them through. But if you're only doing
That's
one
right.
piece of that system, it's going to fail every single day of the week, or it's going to work for a month or two, and then you're going to all of a sudden wake up one day and it doesn't work anymore, and you're going to wonder why.
And when you see it all, like, like this is what prevented us in our gym business from doing this is, if I want to have blogs and I want to have nurture systems and I want to have social media help and I want to put out ads, right? I want to do all these things. The price tag just keeps going up. It's so expensive for an all-in-one solution for a small business that doesn't have the funds. If you're a different type of business, like we work in the service industry where it's normal. $5,000 and $10,000 a month to have us work with them is just a normal thing. But because they get the results. But in the gym business, either you pay for it or you have to do the work. But someone has to do the work. And so that'll be really good if we show that overall system graphic. And then people can decide, right? Like, okay, like I'll hire someone to do this piece, but I have to do that piece. Or my team has to do that piece.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be good. It's huge. It's either you're going to do the work or someone's going to do it for you, but the work has to be done. And then if you decide that you can't do the work, it's your own fault that the thing falls apart and fails.
That's right. Not my fault. I'm going to be drinking Mai Tais and Bora Bora. So
yeah, he's buying that system. That's the thing I just sold him.
All day long.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, man. So
yeah,
almost daily show coming at you.
Almost daily show. It's going to be exciting. We're going to be in Toronto on Friday talking about long-term sustainable marketing strategies and business principles. So if you guys are paying attention, check that out. We'll probably Facebook Live it from somewhere.
Cool. I'm excited about that. And we have a party on Saturday night. We're going to be the only party up there at the UG series in Toronto.
Yep. Our goal is to hang out with people and to practice what we preach, build a relationship. And there's no better way to do that than to sit on a couch and drink booze together.
I'm in.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that. That's right.
All right, good stuff, Chan. Until our next Almost Daily show.
See ya.